It's my understanding that the Academy is going through a core curriculum review. Can you talk about that process, what it involves, ultimately are the goals, how long it takes, and does this fit into the accreditation process, or are they totally different?
Yes, we are absolutely going through a core curriculum review. It is focused on an eye towards improvement and revision of the core curriculum, and also establishing a repeatable process for reviewing it periodically. We have had tremendous change in the core curriculum through the years, but establishing a process to, in an organized fashion, review it is really critical for us. Especially now, we're really focused on meeting service needs to the greatest extent possible, and that's really the purpose. Is making sure that we're constantly reviewing and assessing what it is we're doing. The process we have right now, we're about 18 months into a 24-month process. It has begun with the development of outcomes, the look at best practices on the outside, and at the service academies. I say the outside, other colleges and universities, standards in higher education, etc. We've also brought on a consultant who has tremendous experience in this area and who has helped facilitate a lot of the dialogue that we've had to date. We hope to be done with at least the assessment and organization of the outcomes by the tail end of this coming summer, 2013. We hope to have an implementation plan fully developed by December 13. We expect there to be both long and short-term changes and revisions, some of which could begin immediately after the evaluation, but also some that could go on for a typical 4-year phase-in for the core.
What's sort of the biggest areas that you see have changed by looking at this review?
Yeah, I think it's important to say for others is we're going into this review with no preconceived notions about what may or may not be wrong with it. Areas I know that are concerns of some are the size of it, the sheer number of credit hours and courses that the core occupies within the academic program. It's important to note that we have the smallest of all the service academies, not that they're the only standard we go by, but there are standard components of the curriculum that have to be there. So flexibility, I know, flexibility to go to and from between majors is another issue that I know is something that we would love to have more of that. At the same time, we're a 200-week program, heavily technically focused, and time limited in a day and age where, you know, in technical programs you're seeing less than half the people graduate from them in a 6-year period, never mind a 4-year period. So the flexibility is probably one of the things that is kind of in the back of everyone's mind.
And flexibility meaning like able to move
Choice.
from one major. Okay.
Choice and the ability to go in between majors.
Okay.
As you progress through the cadet program, depending upon what major you're in. It's also important to note that our core curriculum really establishes, we'll say, a central body of knowledge for, it's dual purpose. It establishes a central body of knowledge or what we believe to be every cadet's major, what they need on the technical side, on the social sciences side, the physical side, and the professional military. So it's a large trunk of the tree. The other thing it needs to do, in its purpose, is to be able to launch into each of the 8 majors, which are very well lined up with the service needs. So it's a complex process. I'm very, very happy the dialogue that it's created among faculty. In many cases, the process is important as the product.
Right.
And so we're really looking forward to the results.
Great. And you said that you looked at best practices, you know, what other service academies are doing. How much interaction did you have with, you know, the Coast Guard in general as far as developing the curriculum?
We interact with them a great deal in the program assessment and evaluation we're doing now. So I feel like we have a good, steady interaction with them on a continual basis through these program reviews and self-studies that we're already doing in each of the majors, but also through our Board of Trustees